These are not just tests. This is my origin scroll, the blueprint that I'm going to use to resurrect my health. And I'll share the pages with you every step of the way. So having pneumonia forced me to understand more about what's going on, to look underneath the covers and weaponize this knowledge so that you can do the same. Most people have no idea what's written inside their DNA. They typically leave it down to fate. I'm not built like that. I need to understand and learn every aspect, every glitch, and every attribute within my DNA, because there's hidden demons that lurk inside my DNA. And if I don't know what they are or what they do, then I'm powerless to overcome them and to optimize what I have. Hey everyone, how you doing? Hope you're well. So I just wanted to share something with you because over the last 4 months or so, I've actually been battling an illness. So what started off as a wet cough, I thought progressed into a chest infection. But then when I went to the doctors after around 3 months and it wasn't shifting, they basically told me that I've got bronchitis. So they gave me antibiotics. It seemed to help for a little while, but then it came back with a vengeance. So I had to go back to the doctors, see what was going on. And they basically told me I've got a penicillin-resistant strain of pneumonia. So I'm like, wow, like I've been walking around with pneumonia for the last 4 months or so. So obviously when I heard that, I was very alarmed because at the end of the day, whenever I've heard about people having pneumonia, they've had to have lungs drained or gone into hospital and it's been serious business. They can actually lose their life. So with that, they gave me another course of antibiotics, which has helped. And I definitely feel like I'm on the mend now. But it had me thinking twice about what more can I do to improve my health and to be a bit more, I suppose, proactive in regards to how I attack my health. And you know, generally speaking, I'm a health advocate if you've been following me for a little while. But I just wanted to kind of delve deeper into how I can get more visibility and control around my health. So I decided to do some different kind of tests just to get a more deeper kind of cellular view of how I'm aging, how my body is internally, to gain some insights on how I can use that to change my diet, my habits and my training. Upon learning about having pneumonia, and not even just normal pneumonia, but some kind of alien strain that's resistant to penicillin, obviously you could tell, wow, like that's something scary. So I said to myself, you know what, I need to just like take a bit more control over my health. So in regards to the tests I'm taking, the first test I'm going to take is a whole genome sequencing test. This is basically a Google map of your whole entire genome, your genetic blueprint handed down from your parents. That's going to give me a good view in regards to my genes, good genes, bad genes, so I can understand a bit more about what's underlying that I may not necessarily know already. The second one is a genetic methylation test, and this is basically how those genes are expressed. So in a nutshell, we all have similar genes, but the way that they are expressed is determined by our lifestyle, what we eat, what we're exposed to, and our daily rituals, what we do. So this gives me an understanding of knowing what is good, what is bad, if good genes are turned on, if bad genes are turned off, and vice versa. So with the epigenetic testing, it gives me more of a view on the actionable side of my genes that I can actually change through my behavior. We also have a genetic methylation clock. So this basically tells me the rate of aging of my cells and of my genes, and essentially how old they are, because your chronological age, the amount of years that you've been on the earth, is different to your biological age, which is the rate at which your cells are actually aging. So that's going to provide some insights to let me understand how I'm aging and if there's anything I can do about that. The last test I'm going to take is a full blood panel that measures over 50 biomarkers. So this tells me testosterone, cholesterol, basically you name it, liver enzymes, triglycerides, you name it, it will measure it. So between these different tests, what I aim to do is get some insights and some understanding as to what's going on with me, how well I'm aging, what's actually happening inside. And then basically I'm going to alter my training, my diet and my supplementation to optimize my health, so I can try and at least age backwards, or at least understand a bit more about what's going on with me so I can do more. Because you can understand, with that kind of knowledge, you can make better decisions around your health. A lot of people, we just train because we want to get big, we want more muscle, we want to be more athletic. But from a health perspective, sometimes we can neglect exactly what's happening inside us, because many a time you'll see people that are fit with low body fat and good muscles, but then there's something drastically wrong with them, and disease and ailments may come from that. So it's just basically getting more visibility so I can understand how to do better with my health. And obviously you guys know that I do quite a lot of different things in regards to my health, martial arts, weightlifting, etc. But I just want to understand a bit more about how I can empower myself through a lot of the data and the technology that's available in order to get to the next level with my health. So if you find this interesting, then you can follow the journey, because I'll post the results and my discussions and thoughts about it. So as I'm learning, you guys get to learn and benefit from that as well. All right, cool.